Hello and welcome to my new channel. In this video I'm going to talk about the Mayatech MT5 thrust tester, which is capable of pulling up to 5 kg. I bought it from Banggood. As you can see, looks nice. This is the first thing I noticed. Looks very nice actually, and it's all CNC cut. The screen is quite big, and where you can see the numbers. It looks really nice, and the most important thing that I noticed was actually the cheapest, just under £50 including delivery. Very interesting. Now I bought it and it's mine. Now I want to show you what I found out. Right, you can see here it's all in Chinese, but this is not a problem these days. What actually came in the box was a bag. This is in the bag, and in a very simple box. So if you like the fancy packing, you will be disappointed, but the machine itself looks very good. What actually came with it also, this paper with some instructions, all in Chinese, most of it, and the translation still, it looks Chinese to me, so forget about it. And came these two double-sided sticky pads, so they can stick it underneath. Now it's not to keep the machine from running away. There's a good reason for this, but are these any good? I'll tell you shortly. Also came these two screws to secure it to the table, which I'm going to use shortly. Now the first thing you notice, this wire where you have to connect an external battery to get the meter to work. In the beginning you say it looks a bit clutter, but in fact it's a lot better than the others that where you have to actually dismantle the machine to put some batteries, and imagine if you forget to remove the batteries, it's going to ruin the whole machine, and then you're going to drop some screws, lose them. So this is a lot better, because if you're thinking of buying this machine, it means you have motors, you have batteries, and if you have a battery, the chances are you have another battery, and maybe you have 5 batteries, or why not 20 batteries. So I think this is a good idea. This is one good point. Right, let's see the construction of the machine. It's very nicely made CNC, and if you're from engineering background like me, you would love to see these lines. Very nicely made from aluminium. The base is very solid, and this meter here, it's just, there's a screw here to secure it, and then there's 3 sensors on this tower, one here, one in the front, one in the back, 3 of them. And then this bracket, then a linear bearing. Linear bearing really nice. It's very tiny, but there's no play sideways or up and down, just backwards and forwards. And to measure the pull is here. Then it comes the mount for the motor, where you can fit 2 sizes, either the standard small 16-19mm like this one, or bigger ones with 25mm diameter securing screws. And there's a small tunnel here if you have the shaft sticking out. Right, does it work? Let's find out. Okay, so how about these buttons here? What are they? I mean, these days, day and age, I'm not going to call a Chinese friend to translate it for me. I'm going to use my phone. Nice phone, isn't it? Okay, you go to Translate app, and then you put the camera on the words, and then by magic the Chinese becomes English. Can you see? First one is switch, where you switch it on, turn it on. The second one is the unit, where you change between grams and ounce. The third one is the calibration button, which is the 0 button. So whenever you press that button for 3 seconds, it comes to 0, even if there is load on it. Okay. By the way, I'm not reviewing the phone. Forget about my phone. Okay, now backwards and forwards, they actually look the same to me. So can I really use it to, you know, for a pusher prop? Can I use it to test, to push it instead of pulling? Alright, it's mine. I can do whatever I like with it. There's only one way to find out. I have here this battery. It weighs about half kilogram. Actually, sorry, it's not a battery, it's a paperweight. It has 0 volts. It's a very nice looking paperweight. Right, let's find the battery and connect it to the machine. You can use any battery, by the way. It takes anything from 2 to 6 cell. The readout is really big and clear. So let's pull. Yeah, push. It's reading, but does it read the same? That's the thing. You press this button to bring it back to 0. Okay, let's do this test. Okay, now press the 0 button. Okay, now let's put the battery here. Sorry, the paperweight. And it's reading 505 grams. This is the push test. How about the pull test? Okay, let's do it like this. And press the 0 button. And hang it. And it's 507. It's almost the same. So I would say yes, you can use it for a push test. Just always check for accuracy, like do both push and pull with nearly the same weight that you expect. Like if you're doing 1 kilogram, so you do the same thing with 1 kilogram, pull and push. Right, let's secure it to the table and do a little test. But before I do this, I noticed something. See the holes where you secure the motors from the back, the bottom ones are very awkward to fit. I didn't like that actually, especially when it's fitted on the table. I mean, you're gonna struggle to fit the screws in the back. So what I'll do, I'll fit the motor first and then I'll screw it on the table, onto the table. I'm going to use this little motor here with 6 blades. I like multi-blades, you know, I prefer 3, 4, 5, 6 blades. It's a Ternigi 2206. Now a longer screwdriver might help, or if you're using a hex head, a long Allen key will help. Top one is okay. I'll just put 2, I won't bother with 4. Right, there is clearance here, so I'll be okay. By the way, I need to tell you that this prop, this is how it came, and I think it's a bit out of balance. This is very important to know what happens if you fit a prop when it's not balanced properly. Just a quick thing, this prop is out of balance. See what it does? It goes back, it means it's out of balance. This prop will wreck your model. And I want you to see actually what happens if you fit a prop like that on your machine. I like to use washers. I like washers. Okay, secure. Battery for the model. Speed controller. Servo tester. Now this is my watt meter. There's another model that comes with this watt meter built in and it goes in here, but the writing is so small, I'd rather have this out. Well, if you're gonna buy this machine, so the chances are you already have this machine, so this is why I didn't buy it. Right, just a quick test. Now it's pushing the air forward. That's better. I don't know if you can hear that, but the vibration is unbelievable. The vibration is so high, and obviously it's caused by the out of balance prop. However, these will not resolve the problem. Now, what else? Now let me show you this vibration. I'll use my phone again. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see the blue line? That's the vibration, the magnitude of the vibration. The vibration is normal, but the problem is the resonance. See what happens suddenly? Did you see that yellow light? The green line? Look, see that again? This is it. Let's go faster. Right, the green light, the green line when it was going up and down in big magnitude, that's the resonance, because the frequency of the propeller was equal to the frequency of the machine. And if we put the two frequencies together, they start to resonate. Resonance is there everywhere. Everything has a frequency. However, this design with this weak point here that looks like a neck, I think it's not a very good idea that, you know, that will hold vibration like that, especially if it's rated as up to 5 kilograms. Now this motor is very tiny motor. Can you imagine 5 kilograms not vibrating but resonating with this magnitude, with this tiny machine? It's gonna wreck it. This is gonna break. This will not hold 5 kilograms vibrating dynamic 5 kilogram pull. This is one bad thing about it. Right, while doing the test, might as well have a temperature, something to check the temperature with, like infrared machine or something. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, now it's running, you know, like idle. This is the motor. It's getting hot, of course. This is the battery. This is my hand. Watt meter is okay. And the other battery, nothing happening there. This is the machine. The speed controller is getting hot. That is hot, despite it's not running. It's not running fast at all. Oh, this battery is very cool. This battery is actually running the motor. It's very cool. Speed controller is hot. Motor is hot. I hope you enjoyed that. See this white dot here? I put it here to measure the RPM of the motor. Do you want to see how I do it? Okay, let's grab the phone out again. Oh, right. And it's reading 3,562 RPM, very steady. How impressive is that? Of course not, because it's a calculator. Now, if you have this machine, and you have this machine, it might be a good idea to have some other gadget as well. Something like, you know what that is? This is what you measure the RPM with, and it's very important that you have a battery tester or battery that checks the health of the tester that checks the health of the battery will tell you how every single cell is doing. Now this battery I'm using, it looks a bit like swollen. I think it's no good. Timer, I like to use a big timer with big numbers like this. Now I have lots and lots of motors to test. I fly sometimes radio control for fun. I fly drones for curiosity, but I really like to fly model aeroplanes, hand control aerobatics with big motors and slow. Very difficult formula. I'll show you. I have the Racer Star 3508 with 4 blades, beautiful blades, I love these blades. And I have this disc motor, I think it's 1005 I think, with massive big propeller. I don't know if I was to use this propeller on a control line model, how big the undercarriage will be. That's the only problem. I'm going to test these motors. I'm going to make lots and lots of comments about them, the good, the bad and the useless. And there's another one here which looks very peculiar, because from Hobby King. The other way, I'll be testing these motors with very honest testing, and the verdict about this machine: don't waste your money. If you can spare another 20 or 30 pounds, buy something more sturdy, because I think this part here is going to break. It's a very weak point, especially when it's resonating. If this tiny propeller resonates that much, it means if you put this propeller, probably it's going to fly off and hurt someone. I hope I covered as many things as possible, but please subscribe, and this is my first video, so please be gentle, and you know what you do with your thumb, use it correctly. And if you have any question, you're more than welcome to ask. Goodbye.